They did it. I don't even know what to say right now.
Trump's son-in-law? What the heck?
This is not okay.
Good old-fashioned human rights violations.
The same Saudi Arabia that uses American-made weapons to bomb Yemeni children into smithereens.
A wave of top creators have begun stepping away from the EA Creator Network entirely.
I just think instead of like putting creators into hiding, we should be pointing that finger to EA. This video is sponsored by EA.
That's not how it works.
If I stop making Sims videos, I have no income.
If I leave the EA Creator Network, I'm done. They are not going to take me back.
Instead, we have people like Not Malcolm accusing us of horrific things.
The amount of abuse I've had in the last few days is enough to break someone.
This is not how I thought this video was going to be.
Just weeks after the bombshell announcement that EA will be sold to the Saudi government and the Trump family, players and content creators are pushing back. Addison, a YouTuber who covers Battlefield, announced he will stop covering any and all Battlefield games after a long history of working with EA.
I've given my resignation from the EA Creator Network. I won't be doing any more promo or sponsored by EA videos going forwards on my channel.
And on October 23rd, a day that will go down in Sims history, a handful of the most popular Sims content creators, including Lil Simsy, James Turner, Karen and Connie, Plumbella, Vixella, Steffo Sims, and Sid Mac, all announced that they are leaving the EA Creator Network. It really feels like people are coming to terms with how awful the EA buyout truly is. In my last video, I talked about all the intricacies of the deal and how it's very likely that it will lead to mass layoffs, increased monetization, studio closures, and that's before you even consider how awful the new owners are and the horrific things they're complicit in. For players and content creators, there's not really a perfect way to navigate the situation. Are some of these approaches more effective than others at sending a message to EA? Of course. As consumers, I think the most powerful thing we can do is vote with our wallets and try to put a dent in their bottom line. I think that's the thing that they will really respond to. So a boycott is the most effective. I like what Plumbella said in her statement. She said she'll keep playing The Sims but will not be buying or playing new DLC on her channel. The Sims monetization is really structured like a live service game, so they rely on people playing the newest and brokest Sims DLC. So to have a huge Sims creator say they're not going to be advertising that new DLC is significant. I had a few people ask, what do I think about James Turner and Lil Simsy and co leaving the Creator Network? And I think it's great. I'm personally not a fan of creator networks in general. I think they're anti-consumer. So could they have done more? Absolutely. But they also could have done nothing at all. And look, from a PR perspective, leaving the Creator Network is the best move all around. It's not a good look for their brand to be associated with the Saudi government and the Trump family. Just period. So as much as this is about taking a moral stance, it's also about them distancing themselves from EA on a business level. Lil Simsy, for instance, over the last 11 years has positioned herself as the Sims girly. She's literally referenced in The Sims 4. She's collaborated on multiple DLC. She's featured in promotional videos for The Sims. Her brand is intrinsically linked to The Sims because she has allowed herself to be used as their mascot in a way. But now with this buyout, she's associating herself with a government that engages in human rights abuses and corrupt politicians. So distancing herself from that is a smart move. Cutting ties with EA is absolutely necessary for her and all of these creators. In her community post about leaving the EA Creator Network, Lil Simsy said this: "It is my hope that pressure from creators in the community might encourage EA's leadership to reconsider the long-term impact of this sale." Whether any of this has any effect on the deal or not, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But what really matters is that people are trying and there's an effort being made. When this deal was first announced, many of the largest Sims creators either said nothing or they released these statements about how they were disappointed, but they didn't take any action. So what changed? Honestly, I think the reaction from the Sims community in regard to this buyout kind of nudged these larger creators to take action more quickly than they probably would have. I think the Sims community owes a lot to creators like SimSiga and Pixelade, Devin Bumpkin, Fantasia, and many others who were the first to speak out and start this conversation. Just from my experience with my videos, the 4 that I've made about this buyout have over 10,000 comments in total. That's a lot. My videos, I know, were shared all over Reddit, TikTok, Twitter. People were asking Lil Simsy on stream why she was being performative.
The comment is that it's performative to play Sims and like not care about the sale, basically, is what people are saying.
There were creators outside of the Sims community doing reaction videos to my videos about this.
I really want to react to this video from the YouTube channel Not Malcolm.
I talked about Sachon Sims' response to the buyout in a video, and he lost 3,000 subscribers. I didn't want that, okay? I didn't encourage people to do that. That was not my goal. But my point is, it goes to show that a lot of people care about the EA deal. And of course, it makes sense that so many Sims players care so much about this. 43% of Sims players are LGBTQ, 38% are people of color, 64% are women. This is a community whose player base values human rights and diversity and inclusion much more than your average gamer Joe. And they abhor the idea that the game they love is being sold to the Saudi government and the Trumps, 2 entities that do not value their existence. So what I'm saying is, I think the community's initial response to the buyout and the gentle nudges they were giving these larger content creators was the impetus behind their decision to act now. I'm not saying Lil Simsy, James Turner, Sid Mac, etc. wouldn't have done anything. Just to be clear, I think they do care deeply about the buyout, but I also believe that they acted with more urgency because of how impassioned the Sims community is right now about this deal. So amid the exodus of Sims influencers from the creator network, there have also been a few content creators proudly announcing that they are not leaving the creator network. Popular Sims creators Deligracy and Urban Sims both announced that they will be staying in the creator network. Why are they announcing this publicly? I don't know. One of the top comments on Deligracy's post said, "Yeah, you lost me here." But best believe they're not the only ones showing support for EA. For example, popular TikToker Jeremy Gone Wild said he plans to stay in the EA Creator Network until the deal goes through.
Are you leaving the EA Creator Network? I don't know. I've been in the camp of let's wait and see what happens, because this sale could still fall through.
And the reason he gave is that he's not sure EA would let him back in if he left and the deal didn't go through.
I am not certain that I would be welcome back after publicly severing ties.
Okay, at least he's honest. You know, when a viewer suggested that leaving the creator network is the right thing to do, he clapped back.
I keep getting comments like this, so here's the attention you ordered. In their statements where they announced they were leaving the EA Creator Network, Lil Simsy, Plumbella, Devin Bumpkin, all of them specifically addressed what you're doing right now with this comment. They said not to attack or to judge other content creators who are not as fortunate or as privileged as they are. You, with your comment, are telling me that the morally correct thing to do is to quit my job.
The creator network is not a job. Being a content creator is the job, but a voluntary creator program is not. So suggesting that someone should leave the creator network is not the same as telling someone to quit their job. You can be a content creator and make money making Sims content without being an EA partner. There's always an excuse with this lot, I've noticed. Another creator on Twitter announced that she will not be leaving the EA creator network and that she doesn't owe anyone an explanation.
What the hell?
I mean, if that's the case, why are we announcing this? A Sims modder on Twitter proudly exclaimed that EA has always been good to her. Wow, that is some corporate allegiance. And that she's not leaving the creator network because she is not political. I wonder, by political, is she referring to human rights abuses? Jury's still out on that one. And of course, another TikToker, Hip Hip Renee, made a video saying she doesn't plan to leave the creator network because she can't afford it.
For right now, since nothing has gone through yet, I'm going to stay with the EA Creator Network. The income that I do make from TikTok and YouTube and the EA Creator Network in general is money that I do also still need.
And just like the other guys, she doesn't know if they would let her back in if the deal falls through.
All of these large creators who have left the EA Creator Network have the clout to be able to immediately be let back in to the EA Creator Network if something does not go through. I don't have that kind of clout. If I leave the EA Creator Network, I'm done. They are not going to take me back.
These EA partners really do think this whole thing is about them, don't they? I just want to be clear again, because I also saw people saying that I was telling people to quit their jobs, and that was never what I was doing. No one is suggesting that she or any of these people have to quit their jobs. But here's another thing. I cannot have sympathy for someone who put themselves in this position. You know, you have to apply to be in this program. These people went out of their way to join a creator network for a company that was already bad before this buyout. This is a company with a decade-plus history of ripping off players. But these influencers saw an opportunity to make some extra money, so they decided to align themselves with EA. And now that the tide has turned and they've come face to face with reality, now suddenly they want our sympathy. Please feel bad for me. I can't give up the free packs and the creator code. This is not about you. And by the way, there's people out here in real life busting their asses at 9-to-5 jobs. And we're supposed to feel sorry for a Sims influencer who is faced with the possibility that they might have to leave a voluntary creator program. Okay, I have a limited supply of sympathy available, and I will not be giving it to Sims influencers. Sorry. Actually, when that bigger group of Sims content creators, Lil Simsy and them, announced that they were leaving the creator network a couple days ago, I was seeing all these comments online from people saying, "Oh my god, I am so heartbroken for them. I know this was such a hard decision to make. Why are we coddling these 30-year-olds who have the extreme privilege of earning 6 figures a year playing The Sims? We've lost our minds." But these grand statements from creators saying that they've made the difficult decision to stay in the creator network, unless you have something important to say, please log off the internet. We don't need this big announcement. It's really out of touch. Unfortunately though, it does get worse, because we also have creators like Satchon Sims, who declared that after much thought and deliberation, he will no longer be discussing the buyout.
I'm personally not going to be making any more statements or videos about it.
In the same video, he also declared that he had made the earth-shattering decision to just wait and see what happens.
Right now, I'm just continuing on as normal. I don't want to make any big decisions or sweeping decisions. It's too soon for me personally to even think about making any big decisions.
This whole blasé approach of, I'm not going to do anything right now, that Satch presents in this video, and it's not just him, I've heard other creators saying the same thing. It's such a profound display of complacency and privilege. Saying I'm gonna wait and see what happens is really convenient. It's the easy thing to do. But I hope these creators realize that by the time they've waited and seen what's happened, it will already have happened. I get that it's more comfortable for these people to say I'm gonna do nothing because they benefit from doing nothing. Creators like Satch do not want people to quit The Sims or boycott the game, because that means fewer people will be watching their videos. So of course he doesn't want to give that up. But the reality is that eventually he will be forced to give that up. Not by me, not by you, but by EA. Next year, when this deal goes through, the new owners will begin driving this game even further into the ground, with increased monetization, a decrease in quality, AI generation, more bugs than ever before. Think of what The Sims 4 is right now, and imagine it getting a whole lot worse. And that's not just me doom posting or whatever. It's the same conclusion that several industry analysts and experts have come to. The future of The Sims right now is more bleak than ever. And these content creators who are choosing to do nothing today will wish they had done something tomorrow. Before I give you some more case studies of exemplary Sims influencer behavior, I saw a few comments here and there, like this one, suggesting that influencers were being bullied or harassed into taking action. I obviously got a few of those comments as well. But look, I know most of you understand this. There is a difference between giving a respectful, measured criticism and bullying. I do not come on here and name call or spread lies about creators or make fun of how people look. My criticism is very tame. So I'm just suggesting that maybe we should reserve using words like harassment and bullying for actual real instances of harassment and bullying. I've also seen a few comments here and there from people asking why the Sims community is holding content creators to such a high standard, whereas other EA game communities like Madden or Battlefield are not. To me, this is pretty obvious. The difference is that content creators who play other EA games are are not being fake. They're not releasing these grand statements about how they're so concerned and distraught about the EA buyout and then turning around and doing absolutely nothing, or worse, taking money from EA. So when the time came for Sims creators to talk about this buyout, which is a very serious topic that involves governments committing human rights abuses and corrupt politicians, it was really disappointing to see so many of them releasing these statements, kind of just tiptoeing around very important issues yet again. When this deal was announced, a Sims creator named Danielle Builds made this lengthy post saying she was worried about the buyout, but just a few days later, she flew to San Diego to attend a party hosted by EA.
Hey everyone, it's Danielle Builds in our villain.
What up, y'all?
I'm hanging out with all my Sims friends.
And just a day or two ago, the same person who was so worried took a sponsorship deal from EA to promote one of their shitty mobile games.
This video is sponsored by EA. The live season challenges in Design Home have given me so much inspiration.
Is this the behavior of someone who's worried and concerned about EA's future? Because if you are actively supporting EA's products today, you are supporting the buyout. In a video, Danielle Build said that although she's concerned about the buyout, she's made the groundbreaking decision to
So yeah, as of right now, I'm continuing to make Sims content.
do nothing. In that same video, she got a bit defensive and she made a few remarks about how it's wrong for people to point fingers at content creators and instead they should be calling out the big guys in control.
I just feel like instead of like pointing fingers and saying, hey, you need to do this, why haven't you done this, blah, 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 we should be pointing that finger to EA.
My question is, why not both? It sounds to me like she is saying content creators are allowed to line EA's pockets and cash their own checks from EA, but no one's allowed to criticize them because they're just small little Sims creators, right? Cut the shit, bro. That's not how it works. You cannot say I'm worried about this buyout and I don't support it.
I just want to say that I do not agree with the values of the Saudi Arabian government or with Jared Kushner's involvement or any of it.
When your actions are supporting it.
This video is sponsored by EA.
That's like me saying I don't support Taylor Swift's new album and then I buy all 200 versions of it. We already know that the PIF and the Trumps and EA are awful. But the fact that these content creators who are lining the company's pockets and in a lot of cases profiting off of them, for them to say that they're off limits is crazy to me.
This whole situation is already scary. I just don't think that being negative towards people that are not in control of this buyout doesn't make a lot of sense.
You are part of the problem. Should people send hate to these creators? Of course not. I do not condone that for the 50th time in this video. But to act like they're untouchable and can't be criticized when they're literally promoting EA products and getting paid by EA is a joke. It's the creators who are making these statements and pretending to care when their actions actually show the diametrical opposite is what really gets under my skin. Pick a lane and stay in it, or don't get in the car at all. I've said it before, if you want to be a shill, baby, own it. Wear it loud and proud, but don't try and ride the fence. Circling back, this is why I've focused so much on Sims influencers while covering this buyout, because I haven't seen creators from any other EA games being this performative. Like the Battlefield creator I showed you earlier at the beginning of the video, he heard about the deal and he immediately decided to leave the EA creator network. This was like 2 weeks ago. He heard who was buying EA and he said, I'm done. He stopped playing Battlefield. Even though Battlefield 6 was about to come out, he probably had a lot of views coming his way, but he realized the new owners did not align with his values and he said, I'm done. There was no, I'm gonna make a statement about this, but I'm actually not gonna do anything. He saw the problem, he took action, end of story. I love that more creators in the Sims community are taking action, but there's still so many cases where it's painfully obvious that these people are trying to walk the line. They don't want people to judge them for doing nothing, hence these empty ass statements, but they also don't want to lose out on the financial benefits they receive from having this business relationship with EA. But perhaps what's even worse is the content creators who are still trying really hard to excuse and dismiss and minimize the gravity of this situation. Popular Sims creator Ocean took to Blue Sky to clap back at anyone calling for a boycott of EA, saying the following: Everyone wants to boycott until they realize that pretty iPhone they use, the clothes they wear, the food they eat. I could go on. If you're going to boycott, do it big. Don't stop at the gaming industry, especially if you're trying to make people feel bad for playing Sims. She also went on to state that asking Sims creators to find another job is crazy because besides the money, they love what they do. Yeah, totally. It's completely fine to support a game enriching a government that executes gay people and imprisons women's rights activists as long as you love it. That's what matters. And for sure, there's no reason to boycott EA because everything is already terrible anyway, so nothing matters. You know? Why can't we all be happy and just play our Sims game? And let's stop fighting and bake a cake made out of rainbows and smiles.
And we'd all eat it, be happy.
This is just such an outrageous and crazy level of cope. I can't move past it. And some of these creators are so out of touch. It's shocking to me. They really think that this entire issue of the EA buyout is about them and their money and their happiness. It isn't about you or your job or The Sims. It's bigger than all of that. By the way, Ocean deleted this comment, but it's so wild I have to share it with you. She replied to one of my posts and said, "You won't stop until someone unalives themselves."
What?
Gobsmacked that she said that. As if I am the first person on the internet to ever talk about influencers. As if there aren't literally dozens of YouTube channels where all they do is discuss influencer drama. As if Ocean herself has not called out other content creators and accused them of stealing her Sims aesthetic. As if you can't open up YouTube on any day and find YouTubers going at each other's throats. I was watching like GTA YouTubers doing that a couple weeks ago. I'm not even going that hard on these people, but apparently Sims influencers are special. They're allowed to say as much dumb shit as they want online, but if you respectfully call them out, you are a bully and they are an innocent baby victim. It's crazy. To the shock of absolutely no one, Ocean Sims also made an announcement saying she will be staying in the creator network. At this point, I really don't know what's worse. Is it the creators who have been absolutely silent and haven't even acknowledged the buyout, or the ones who are pretending to care yet through their actions are showing us the exact opposite? For the last 11 years, many Sims creators have been working with EA and blissfully promoting pack after pack after pack, which was already weirdo behavior, if we're being honest. To market $1,500 worth of DLC to your audience, that's kinda psychotic, I'm just saying. But now, for once, these creators are being forced to come to terms with reality, and so many of them are showing us how cowardly they really are. All back, no bone. But maybe that's what the Sims community prefers. For creators to take a back seat and sit idly by and do nothing. Maybe taking action and speaking about the real problems makes them uncomfortable. A few of you left me comments saying that you saw a video that another creator had made. And in that video, apparently the creator was calling me a hateful bully who was harassing Sims content creators. Here's a clip from the video.
The hatred, the bullying, the harassment that Not Malcolm has brought to innocent, beautiful souls is not something I condone at all.
The main criticism is that I was being too emotional in my videos while talking about the buyout, and that because I was emotional, I was trying to manipulate people.
He wraps it up in this emotionally loaded language. That doesn't invite dialogue. It shuts it down. It's manipulative, and it pressures people into seeing things only as he does.
Forgive me for being too emotional while I talk about the deaths of innocent people.
I stand with Simmers, I stand with Sims content creators, and I stand with the EA employees.
This is not about you or me or your favorite Sims content creator or whether or not you think I'm bullying people for giving respectful and mild criticism. And this is not about your precious game. And the fact that some people in the Sims community are unable or unwilling to see that is disturbing to me. Why are these people only thinking about themselves? Even worse, why are you trying to paint yourself as a victim? I watched the video Satchon Sims posted where he said he was being abused by the Sims community.
The amount of abuse I've had in the last few days is enough to break someone.
You cannot publicly say something so ignorant about an issue that involves human rights abuses. And then when you get backlash for it, it, you turn around and say you're being abused. This is insane to me. Yes, he may have gotten hateful and angry comments. We all do as content creators. It's part of the job. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not condoning it, but all of us get hate comments all the time. I want to reiterate for now the 200th time in this video that hate and bullying are never okay. And the last thing I would want anyone to do is to watch one of my videos and then to go out and harass another creator. I would never wish that on anyone. But this rhetoric that I'm seeing from Sims creators, it's irresponsible because these are nothing more than attempts to minimize and shut down discussion. And that is the opposite of what we should be doing. Initially, when news broke about the EA buyout, there was a small group of Sims creators who were the first to speak out about the implications of this deal, who took action and put their money where their mouth is.
EA was purchased by an investment company in Saudi Arabia, where it is punishable by law to be LGBTQ+. As a member of this community, I'm literally married to a woman. This was obviously very upsetting. It was very hurtful, and the community response even has gotten under my skin a lot. I have seen people do all but admit that they are still going to be playing and endorsing The Sims 4 after this.
The funny part is a lot of these creators were met with backlash. It really seemed like the Sims community did not want people to talk about this. I saw with my own eyes creators like SimSiga be accused of virtue signaling for speaking out about the deal. But now, big Sims content creators who are doing the exact same thing are being met with effusive praise. My question to you is, would these big Sims content creators be speaking at all if it weren't for those individuals who started this conversation in the first place? And look, cheers to the creators who have had the guts to speak out and take action. Maybe something could come of this if enough people start speaking out. I guess we'll see. I have 2 more videos coming out this week. One is about game companies and AI, and the other one is a Q&A that I said I was going to do like 3 months ago. Any questions you have for the biggest bully in the Sims community, let me know and I will answer those in a few days. Well, that is if the Saudis or the Trumps or what's left of the EA Creator Network hasn't gotten to me by then.